This next thing I really want to go over is like what companies are thinking about when they're hiring, and this is like my mindset too. It's like
And
it's
it's
so
hard to
important.
find.
Yeah.
Well,
It
because
is.
good talent is hard to find.
Yeah. And
Okay, here's a
effort is
step
hard to
back.
find.
No, no,
Yeah.
here's a step back that people don't realize. I was just talking to somebody in my Discord about this earlier today. Bosses and corporations get viewed as like they don't want to hire anyone. They hate everyone. They have this. They're sitting on this huge pot of money, and their life is perfect. And their only goal in life is to give out the money to as few people as possible, and
This
that
is
includes hiring nobody.
Ethan's literally describing me to like the a literal T. Oh my god.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you're the
He's
only
just
one who's like
joking.
this
Yeah, it's true.
because most
Everyone's saying, Devin, fuck you guys.
most people in corporations, they're worried all the time. They're like worried about how are they going to keep their company running? How are they going to find better talent? How are they going to get all their work done? And who can help them with this? And so they're always scouting for, can I hire a better, like, I'm going to tell you about something you've never even heard of. At Amazon, we have this concept called an opportunistic hire, where we actually don't have a job open or in mind. But when we run across incredible people, we interview them anyway, and we talk about, should we make an opportunistic hire, which
That's probably how I was hired, by the way. They were kind of looking for someone, but they didn't have a position for me. But because when I came on freelance, I was like, this is my goal. I know you're hiring for me to make memes, but I want to be full time. So I'm gonna do everything I can. Where you're just like, holy crap! Like Sam is able to do so much, and he is making impact. Like we have to hire him. We have to turn him off full time. I was so like every day I was thinking like, how am I gonna do this? Right? So I do my video and I do another video. Or I do my video and do it like so well and then give extra input like, I think this would be better. I think this is actually the copy that we should put in. Like, here's some suggestions for copy for the tweet, even though that's not my responsibility, right? I went the extra mile and talked about things that they're like, whoa, like Sam knows actually a lot about social media marketing that like we might not have the understanding about. And then when I started coming into the office and doing more video edits, they started giving me different videos to edit. I started doing live editing for like a draft for the NBA 2K that was happening live on Twitch and figuring out how to clip those as we go, download them, edit them into a template, and then like after the whole draft was done, like upload that in the next like 30 minutes. Like I started figuring out ways to become so valuable that they needed to bring me like they needed me to do 40 hours of work. And they started asking me like, "Oh, can you come into the office like 3 days a week to do work?" And then eventually at some point, like I sat down with them and I was like all prepared. I'm like, hey, you know what? I want to get hired. Like I just had everything in my head that like this is what I can provide to you. This is what I could give to the company. This is why you need to hire me because I'm gonna make things better and I'm worth the money. And I'm not gonna bring negative. I'm gonna bring the company positive value. Like this is how I was thinking and strategically approaching every single thing I was doing with Golden Guardians. Let's continue.
literally means we don't know what the hell we'd have this person do, but we need them at the company because they are so strong that we want to add them and we will find work for them. They're clearly the kind of person who's going to deliver value.
Hmm.
Let's bring them in and find them a job. And this is real. And what would cause any company to hire someone they didn't even know what they were going to do? It's because they know they're going to have something to do and they're looking for someone they believe can contribute at that level. So I just want to break the stereotype that managers are always like, or companies aren't hiring. Most companies that are not going bankrupt, which some of them are now, are constantly looking for the right talent that can move their company up another notch. And when they see that talent, they will buy it, they'll secure it. They look at it as I am securing talent that will make my company stronger. And even Devin, if he saw, I'm going to bet, if he saw someone that he believed could make Nerd Fusion much better, like, wow, I met this person and they're amazing.
I'd
Or
instantly hire him. Yep. I have the money to do it. I can do it. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
let's talk about as proof, how did you end up at Nerd Fusion? Is that not basically what Matt did? He
Ooh.
reached out and saw available talent because you had left CLG,
Mhm.
and he reached out and secured you, right?
Yeah, there was no role that was open or that he was looking for.
He knew
He
you and saw possibilities and reached
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And so
Mhm.
basically, he went and bought talent and said, "Let's go figure out what your job will be." Like, I see how talented and passionate you are, and I know that you have a place here. Let's come in and we'll figure it out together. So now everybody else is like, "Oh, that sounds great. How do I get in?" The point I'm trying to make is companies want to hire. Everybody thinks companies don't want to hire. Like all they do is say, no, resumes go into a black hole. That's true. Uh, they're not interested in hiring. Not at all true. They're desperate to hire. The thing is, they have two things in their head. I really want to hire talent. I'm really afraid I'm going to hire someone who's a mistake and I'm going to have to fire them. And that job.
That is so important. I just Friday told a freelancer, "Hey, you're not the right fit for this project." That sucks, dude. They were so excited about the project. I hate doing that. I recently we had a editor being like, "Hey, you know what? We might stop doing this project, therefore you don't have any more work." And I hated it. And then eventually I was like, "Oh, hey, we got lucky. We can do it. Instead of 2 videos a week, we just need 1 video a week from you. So I'm sorry that it's going down, but this is what it is, right?" So I started like, this is so important because first of all, I need you, if I'm hiring a video editor, which I do, I need you to make my life easier, not harder. And some video editors make my life harder, significantly harder. But some of that's on me. Most of that's on me. Because for the last video editor, I needed someone that could do narrative editing. And they did cinematic gameplay. And in my busyness and lack of time and carelessness and lack of attention to detail, I didn't realize they don't do narrative stuff. They also didn't speak English super well, and I needed them to do subtitling. So this was just like, oh wow, I have to hold your hand through a lot of things. I have to provide music for you. You need to give me the edit. Then I need to spend 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, whatever, doing additional edits. And it made my job and week really, really stressful because of that. And it, oh yeah, seriously, behind the play, that one is sad. And Manny, that was a good example of like, I needed to hold your hand a little bit because the project in itself was such a difficult project. And I didn't have a clear enough understanding of what the project entailed to give you enough guidance and the right guidance to make it something that you could just succeed at with 1 revision. The setup we had with our editors who are in Europe, that made it a lot harder, right? So you made my job so much easier. But it wasn't easy enough to continue doing that project, and it wasn't a successful enough project because the project itself, the idea was kind of flawed, and we had to figure that out by doing it. And I feel bad because it would be cool if that I was able to create that project good enough where that could be that could have continued to be a success, and therefore you'd have work from me and those editors would have work from me. But now both of you are out of those jobs that work. And that I don't like that. That does not make me feel good. That makes me feel very bad. And luckily I have other projects that editors have been set up for success. Like I keep talking about the Peekaboo channel, YouTube channel. That is going strong. The editor is happy. He's getting actually like a lot of following, and he's gonna like get more work because of that. Like I'm so happy for that, and that's what I want. I want everyone I work with to be successful. I want to bring people up, not tear them down. I don't want to just use them. I don't want a video editor that just plops something on my lap and I don't have to worry about it. Like I don't have to think about it. I want to work collaboratively a bit, and then also like be valuable for that person, not just by money, with experience, money, exposure, all those things, but not just exposure. Money is involved, and I want them to have a successful career where they can continue doing more freelance work if that's what they want, or get their full-time job that they want. You know, I want to boost up Manny's resume where they're like, wow, Manny was able to do this and create this amazing viral piece of content. Like I want to hire him for FlyQuest, and then FlyQuest starts putting out crazy stuff, and I'm like, crap, Manny is too good, and now I got to make stuff better. Like I want that in the esports scene. But it's really scary because like sometimes they're duds and it sucks. Or sometimes I let my freelancers down or editors down or people that I hire down.